Hi, I'm Leadership Development Coach Kathy Archer. Today I want to expand on this whole idea of how we show up as leaders in our families into more specifically, how do we show up as leaders to our children as we're parenting our children. Legacy is something we sometimes think about in leadership, and I want to take it into parenting. Legacy is the way others approach work and life as a result of having come into contact with you. So think about that. The way your children approach work and life is a result of how they've seen it from you as they've grown up. So think about this for a moment. Imagine it's 10 or 20 years from now, and you're watching your children be their own bosses, be their own leaders in their own careers, and how they show up as leaders both at work and in their own lives, how they balance work and life, and how they raise their children. What do you notice? What is it that you want to see? How do you want to see your children balancing that? How do you want to see them interacting with their children and their own family? How do you want to see them taking care of their own health and well-being? Do you think that what they're learning from you now is going to get the result that you want in them down the road? Sometimes we sort of put off things till later, and we think, I've given them a good solid base. They know what's important. But here's the thing. What we say and what we do are two dramatically different things. And what people learn from us is not what we say, but what they learn from us is what they see in us. Your kids are learning from you every single day. They're learning from what time you go to work, how cranky you are when you get home, and the workload you carry. They're learning from the way that you are being about work and your interactions with work. That's what they're picking up. So I want you to think for a moment, am I setting a good example? Am I being the role model I want to be for my children, and how I want them to show up as leaders in the future, and how I want them to interact between work and life? And where do you need to course correct? Where do you need to go, whoa, and step back and go, this is not what I want my children to be seeing. This is not the role model I want to be. And where do you want to go, hey, I want them to see more of this, and I need to demonstrate this more often. And that's what I want you to do. Pick one or two things that you want to really go, I'm doing this well, and focus on more and build and grow that more. And one or two things where you're like, no, it's time to shift this up. It's time to change this and work at changing that. Because when you do, you'll not only be a better parent, and you'll not only be setting the stage for your children to be better leaders and parents in the future, but you'll also be becoming a better leader today in the way that you are leading your team. So look at, what's the legacy I'm leaving for my children, and is it the legacy I want? And consider what you might need to do differently in your parenting today for your leaders of tomorrow.